Hey guys, it's me, Peter's1 here, and today I'm just going to be talking about Ginger's ability while drawing Snowtime Ginger, because she's just so cutesy. Ugh, she's just so cute. I love her so much. In the Christmas update this year, Ginger's ability got an update, and people have their opinions on it. Some like it, some don't, and I just wanted to put my friendly opinion out here. But before I start, I do want to make it very clear that I do not mean any hate towards Quell or anyone that works on Dandy's World. I love Ginger so much, and I'm honestly quite happy with her ability, but I have my opinion that I did want to share. To start with the history of her ability. Last year, before the update, she had the same ability as Cosmo, healing one heart of another toon by using her own heart. As I've said, just like Cosmo. Now, in the new update, or this year's Christmas update, I suppose, her ability is similar to Sprout, using 100 tapes to heal another toon. However, the difference is that she has to hold down her ability in order to actually use it. Therefore, like if a toon that she was healing were to just walk away, I did wrong layer. God dang. How unfortunate. Anyways, where was I? She has to hold down the ability, so if another toon that she was healing were to walk away, because it is such a short range, she would have to start healing again. However, the good part about that is that she can, however, heal a toon back to full. Here's the thing. Because her ability is so similar to Sprout's, it almost makes him, as a main, seem like less of a good toon to use, since he has two hearts, the same ability, yet hers heals more. Like, she is more like a med, and he is like a bandage, which is a little odd considering he's the main, and she is the seasonal, is just a regular seasonal toon, not a main. And although I do like the way that Ginger's balanced out, where she has her disadvantages of her close range and yet heals more, and Sprout has the advantage of his long range and heals less, I do think there was a real missed opportunity for what could have been a way for her ability to work. Because of that, I wanted to share some things that I've seen or thought of that I think would be really cool to see, so she wasn't just the same as Sprout or Cosmo, like her original ability in last year's update, or I guess just before this year's. I would credit ideas that aren't mine, but I don't remember which one, like who originally posted the ones that I found. I don't even remember where I found them, because these are like from months and months ago, like before we even got, like some of the ones that I found are from months and months ago, before we even knew about like Ginger, like what her rework was going to even be like. So, if you know who this was, credits to them. One way it could work is through machines. Like, for X amount of machines she finished, for every X amount of machines she finishes, she gets a heal. This was before we found out that she would be healing to full, but I think it could work with either way, healing to full or just one. But how it would go is after a certain amount of machines, she would gain the ability to use a heal, and she would use it to heal another player, and then have to start over and do more machines again until she had enough to heal a toon again. Another way that I thought of, the last one was one that I found. Another one I thought of was maybe using items to heal. Like, for every certain amount that she picks up or uses or buys or something, for a certain amount she gets a heal. And this would probably work the same with the machine one. She would, like, gain a heal or heal to full. And if she went over, like, double, then similarly to with tapes, she would have just another heal after her cooldown if someone needs it, which would be quite useful, especially in, like, long runs or stuff like that, where she's done a lot of machines or picked up a lot of items and no one needs a heal at the time, and then she can heal them when they need a heal. But I do understand that these concepts would be probably very difficult to code. I'm not a coder, so I really don't know how all this stuff works. But my guess is that the reason that it didn't happen is because it's difficult and it was easier to code what she has now. But I do still have another cool idea where it would work similarly to Twisted, Glisten, or Gordy, where for however basically she'll probably have some sort of, like, bar above her head, and you have to stand near her or give her items, and when the bar fills all the way up, then she gains a heal, and she can heal. So she would have to basically be surrounded by toons, or if it was going based off of Gordy, she would have to be given a lot of items. So a lot of people would have to pick up items, which would mean she would be less likely to be picking up items. But again, like I said, although she's similar to the other healers, she's still a toon that is unique with her own way of her ability to work. And she is unique in all that way. And if I'm honest, I do think her reworked ability is still different enough from the other healers as compared to toons like Rudy and Flutter, whose ability remains almost identical, with the only difference being time, with how long they'll run for and how long their cooldown is. So it's really quite an interesting thing to think about. Anyways, I'm gonna finish up the ginger drawing. I don't have much else to yap about, so I will probably speed this part up because I did not plan for my script to go longer than this. But since this is my first real Drawchat outside of the Drawchat introduction, I will talk about, I don't know, just Ginger because she's so cool. Like my experience as playing as her, which is unscripted because, like I said, I did not remember, or I did not think to script longer than that, because that was really the only points that I wanted to touch on, and I touched on that, and I still have much more to draw. In my experience playing as Ginger with this reworked ability is if you are the only healer, like it's just you, which is typically what I've had, it's pretty nice because you don't have to fight for tapes other than players that take tapes. Despite if you say that you need them, they will still take tapes, which is not super helpful, but I know a lot of players probably don't know about the rework if they don't main Ginger and didn't watch the video Chrome made or even bother to look at Ginger. So if they didn't bother to note any of that, then they probably don't know that the ability has been reworked if they don't pay attention to Ginger ever. So, and also a lot of people don't read chat and don't realize that there is a Ginger on their team. But I do like the way her ability works. I don't love it being super short distance, but I do like that for uniqueness, because if she was long ranged like Cosmo and Sprout, it would kind of make them less good tunes to use, since they only heal one heart, where she heals so many. She heals all the way to full, which is really funny when it's Sylvester. It's always funny using a medkit or Ginger on Sylvester because he just goes right back to 4 hearts. I don't know, that's just really funny to me how he's just built different like that, I guess. But in my experience, playing as Ginger is still quite fun. I did get tired of playing as her after a while, but I was playing as her for probably 3 days or whatever, because I'm trying to get her quest, and I can't make it to floor 20 for some reason. My guess is it's the ice floors, because I actually do want to talk about the ice floors, since I am talking about Dandy's World. Since she has 2 stars, she's really slow, essentially. She's very slow. And because of that, the ice floors are extra struggle, because I have to constantly sprint to save my stamina. I have to constantly not to save my stamina. What am I saying? I have to constantly sprint and save stamina while sprinting on the ice. And because the ice makes it hard to turn, I will run into a wall while being chased by a Twisted, and because I'm slow and on ice as Ginger, I end up getting hit and sometimes dying, which is not fun. And then other times it's just generally really weird coincidence. Like yesterday, I think I was playing as Ginger, and I was on a treadmill, and I had Goob and I think Shrimpo and Ruby were on the floor. And Goob comes over and sees me, and before I really have enough time to react much, bro just pulls me in for a hug, and I freaking die. And my friend's laughing really hard. Curly's laughing really hard at me, I died. So now I'm preying on their downfall. In a friendly way, of course. And I think I can't remember what exactly happened, but I'm pretty sure it was really funny because I was laughing. I think they ended up getting chased down by the Twisteds after failing their skill check, and I'm pretty sure they got swiped by Goob. But that is just what happens in Dandy's world. Not necessarily related to specifically playing as Ginger. I don't remember what they were playing, who they were playing as. I think it might have been, I don't even remember. I'm not even going to try to guess. But here's what I have so far of Snowtime Ginger. I'm gonna just, I know these aren't supposed to be edited, but I do want you guys to be able to see her finished. I really don't have that much to talk about, other than the Christmas update, so I might talk about that for a bit, but if I can't finish this soon, I probably will just do a speed up kind of thing, because I don't want this video to be super long. Because the maximum that I'll have it at is probably only 15 minutes or whatever. I do like that I do enjoy the new floor. It's a little funny though because of the ice. The ice floors are really bad, even if you're not on a slower tune, because you just slip and slide everywhere. Like, there's basically no avoiding it. You will, if you get the ice floor, you're probably gonna lose a heart. Just because if a Twisted sees you, you're kind of cooked, because you can't really escape very fast. You can't turn corners very well. You're just kind of trapped, and you have to just kind of run. And because if you try to make a turn around a corner, which most maps have, you end up getting slowed down and stuck, and then the Twisted can easily, because they aren't affected by the ice, which I think they should be, just to make it a little more fair, make the Twisteds affected by ice, which would make it really funny if it was Pebble, because, like, just imagine an ice floor, you get Pebble, and you're already knowing you're cooked because you have to go round the corners. But if it was just Pebble, like, slipping and sliding across the map, so you're just trying to do your machine, and then Twisted Pebble just slips right by you, that'd be, like, actually kind of funny, if I'm being so honest. I kind of want to see that, but probably ain't gonna happen. And then I do like Bobette's abilities rework as well, with the fact that now she can also give you speed. It's very good for the treadmill machines, because with the treadmills you can it helps give you the speed and the stamina regen that you need constantly while running to make it go faster. And because that's exactly what her ability's for, like, it makes you go faster and it boosts your stamina. It's really good to make her also a support, which I really like that, because I do like being a support toon when I can't be a regular extractor. Like, if there's only one machine left or all of the machines are being worked on, I do like being a support toon, helping the extractor or helping the distractor, which is difficult if you're Bobette, because she has such low stealth. She has 2-star stealth, which is not great for if you're trying to support the distractor. So I mostly just use her ability to support extractors on treadmills. So if I see a treadmill, instead of doing it, I'll just like call over a friend and have them do it. Sometimes I'll do the treadmills, since she also has immaculate stamina. She has that 200 stamina, kind of like Sprout. But if another toon is doing it, then I will just simply use my ring and I will boost their stamina and speed. Which is also why I really like the cookies, because even though Ginger is a healer, since her stealth is 4-star, I like to go up to the distractor, walk right through them, and just give them a cookie boost of speed. And also, it's also extremely funny to me if you get out of the elevator and everyone spams their cookies. I think that only happened like one time, but it gives you like a nice speed boost. But it's even funnier that when you're in the elevator, I am guilty of this, but people just immediately, like, they get the cookie and then immediately waste it, instead of like waiting until outside of the elevator to like at least make some use out of it. Everyone just immediately wastes it and buys something from Dandy if there's anything worth it, or just wastes it for no reason. I'm guilty of this a lot, but I don't always do it, because I do know that it is actually a useful item. And we shouldn't just be wasting. So if you're also guilty of that, like me, maybe don't stop doing that and like actually think and then use it. If you have decent stealth, use it to save it. If you have a distractor, give them better speed if they have quicker twisteds. And if you don't have the best stealth, maybe boost everyone outside of the elevator so everyone can quickly get across the map. And that's also a good idea if you don't happen to have a distractor on your team. And then I think I actually am going to talk about some of the skins, because I really like the new skins that they've put in. I really like how they put Cosmo in the Snowtime pack, since his cousin is Ginger. That's just really sweet and cute to me, that he gets to be a part of a Robux pack, because I am also just a really big Cosmo fan. So to get to have him have a Robux skin, which is so cute, by the way. I love his Snowtime skin. I love that they added him to that, but it's just so cutesy, and I love it. But I like how they each made them all very pretty, and they're very cohesive, just like the Star Time. I like Ginger's because her hair kind of reminds me of like an older, like I would probably say like maybe like 1950s kind of bob, if you know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. But it's just really cutesy, and I love how it looks. Bobette looks all formal, and I love that for her. Cole's, I like how they gave her horns, but I do kind of have war flashbacks because there was this one Cole I had in a run that took a. I was playing as Ginger at this point and just took all the heals. Like, there was a med kit on the floor and took it. And I'm pretty sure they also used their ability and was taking my tapes, which I need to heal because of Ginger's rework on her ability. So that was unkind. So that was a little not fun of a player to have, but and they did have chat because they were chatting by the end of it, so I don't really know what was going on, why they were taking my tapes. But that's just the life of a healer that uses tapes, or with the med kits that work. It would go for Cosmo too, just a healer in general. So, but back to skins. I really like. I love how Cosmos looks. So cute. I don't remember if I've seen Ruby's. I think I have. I can't picture it. But I love all the Snowtime skins, and I love that they get their own Robux pack. And I'm hoping that for the next Easter update and the next Halloween update, we get something, I don't know, like springtime skins, like the springtime pack, and the, like a spook time, or a scare time. Because I feel like it has to stick with the pattern of S time. It just makes sense. I forget if the pack that was the circus pack, I can't remember, was that called the Showtime pack? Because if it was, then it's gotta be scare time or spook time and springtime. Because it would only make sense and fit if that is what it was. But I can't remember, so don't quote me on it. But I also love all the new, just general Christmas shop skins. I think I bought these. I bought all the ones from last year because I bought them all by the end. But I like these. I like how Pebbles is. I like how he has his little candy cane legs. That's so cute. I'm trying to think what other skins were there. But yeah, I do have Bobette's. I have her green skin where she's green, and then I obviously have her skin from last year, which is her Eve sleeper. I have that. I'm trying to think of the other skins. I really like Tisha's new skin that came out. She is just so pretty. I really like it. I like how minty she looks. She kind of looks like some sort of mint. I don't know. That's just kind of what I see. Is when I look at it, I'm like, mint. She looks minty. But yeah, that's what I think about the skins. They're all so cute and fun. And I just love them so much. They're so cute. I do like... I don't know what I was saying. In this 30 seconds of me just finishing up the drawing, since I kind of ran out of stuff to say on my script and kind of just went off randomly, I just want to say that I do really like Ginger's ability, like I was talking about at the beginning of the video, and I do think there could have been some really cool ideas and ways that could have been done instead of her rework, but I do really enjoy her rework. And if you have any ideas to share, let me know. Well, that's all. Here's Showtime Ginger, all finished. Bye!